We're live. I think our crew will tweet it. Hello.
Hello. Today is December 5th. It is 9:26 p.m. and the Yankees have traded for Alex Verdugo from the Red Sox, but the buzz continues because 19 minutes ago Jack Curry said they may be flipping him for Soto or some shit like that. Let's talk Yanks. It's exciting. Everyone's excited. I'm going to tweet this link because we are live. People might want to join us. And thank you very much for joining the episode. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. You can get $20 off tickets if you use the code YANKS over at SeatGeek. That would be appreciated. It helps us out. They help us. We help you. They got tons of tickets. They let you know if it's a good deal, a bad deal, or mediocre. They actually don't have mediocre deal, but that would be pretty funny if they added that to the table.
There's yellow in there.
Oh, there is? Well,
Maybe.
that's cool. Well, anyway.
I follow the American traffic light system.
I got the kids down to bed. I got James. He's sleeping in his own bed for the first time in forever. I took a shower. I got out of the shower. I checked my phone, and we got moves. And then for 5 minutes, I had this whole thought process. My first thoughts hearing the Yankees traded for Verdugo so the Yankees traded Weissert and two dudes you haven't heard of for Alex Verdugo. One of the guys' name is Dick Fitz, and I don't know the other. And those are the prospects, and Weissert for Verdugo. And my first two thoughts were, Verdugo was a fit. Ooh, we were way wrong about trading Glaber for him when you could get him for Weissert. And third thought then, which was the most glaring thought, was like, does this mean no Soto? And then I go to Twitter and everyone's saying, no, Soto stuff is still a buzz. Still a buzz. Are they going to flip Verdugo in part of the Soto trade, or are they just keeping Verdugo? Anyway, we got a tan pool boy just joined.
Looks so tan.
For the first time, Ricky Ricardo's grandson's here to talk about the deal.
Hola, mi amigos. Welcome to Talking Yanks. How am I? None of my tech worked, obviously. So
You look 10 years younger, and I'm not joking. Did you get like a fresh, clean? Did you get a fresh, clean shave? Is it the angle of the camera? Dude, you look 40 pounds lighter and 10 years younger. This is college, Jake.
I have to tell you what. A human could not eat and drink worse than me the past 3 days. So the fact that's even on the table is crazy. And now that I'm seeing myself, you're not wrong.
I know it's not so good you look right now. It's crazy, dude. Are you booning us? Are you sitting in crisscross applesauce on the floor? Kind of feels like that.
I'm not. So I'm outside on the patio.
Dude, turn your head. Turn your head. Turn your head. The other
Turn
way.
your head.
The other way. The other way. It looks like you got fake hair, man. You look like a plastic person.
All right. Let's get into this because we have a lot to cover on that. But I think the people want to hear about the trade that happened.
Yeah. I think they want to hear about the trade that's about to happen.
So you're all in.
Well, Curry tweeted it.
Right.
Jack Curry tweeted, it was like 20 minutes ago, the Yankees are continuing their efforts to acquire Soto from the Padres while the two teams have been perceived stalemate. The Yankees are said to be trying to get a deal done. So do you trade for Verdugo for leverage, or because the Padres are still trying to be competitive? Hey, instead of 1 year for Soto as your left fielder, downgrade to Verdugo, but the money's way different, and that helps them stay active next year.
Or if you're the Boston Red Sox and that's what's happening, you can't let that happen for the package that's going back to them. And I'm sure some of these dudes are awesome dudes and they could be ball players, but it was the whole Talking Yanks group chat first reaction was like, wait, that's going for 1 year of Doogie? Like, do 5 more of those trades and fix the team.
I think what happened was Cora benched Verdugo last year, and then the new GM came to the Red Sox, and Cora was like, oh, by the way, you got to trade that guy. And then did you see the tweet today that Cora and Boone were talking to each other. Was this a tweet or a text from BBD and Jolly?
No, but Cora said it in his press availability today.
Cora said
Time.
to Boone when that Boone, Cora asked Boone how the offseason's going, and Boone was very smiley. So he thinks he's got good news coming. That was what Cora said. It turns out it was a Red Sox trade. Like, so was Cora tipping his hand there? Or was Boone smiling because he was like, I know something you don't. We're trading for Verdugo. That's just a weird. If you want to try and connect a string to Cora saying that, it gets weird. Maybe there's no string to connect at all.
I mean, that doesn't feel like a trade. That doesn't feel like a trade that comes from left field, not literally or as a joke. Like, think about what we said, the Yankees and Red Sox. A little pat myself on my pool boy back, as I do look young and delicious nowadays. But like, Jim, I told you I had a shower thought one day. I brought it to this show. I was like, oh, Yankees, they'll get a 1-year corner left fielder. And where I was wrong, I thought Gleyber Torres might be that flip, because 1 year of Gleyber, 1 year of an outfielder. I thought the Red Sox were going to try to compete this year, which that's another conversation for talking baseball. But when I went through the list of 1 year MLB outfielders that were left-handed, the only guy that made sense was Doogie. That's why I originally brought it up, because I was like, the Yankees need this so bad. But it's the Red Sox, right? It'll never work. And so now that it's in play, I don't know. It obviously makes a lot of sense if there's a tie-in to a Soto piece. But if Alex Verdugo is on the Yankees and so is Juan Soto, they would both end up playing.
I agree. But that's the thing. Maybe this is the lefty left fielder. Like, I'd probably have it 70-30. 70s Yankees, Yankee, 30. It is, hold on, not 70-30, it's guaranteed. But that, like, okay, hold on, let's start the percentages over.
Let's start here. Hey, zero.
No,
0 to 100.
99% of me believes the Verdugo trade is connected to the Soto pursuit.
So you were at 99 and you threw out a 70?
70 was positive that Verdugo stays with the Yankees. 30 was that it happens. So it's either they're saying, hey, Padres, we're not offering you that. We already got a lefty corner outfielder and we're your only suitor. Price just went down. Or they want him. Like, it's connected. The thought process is there, but I don't know if a flip's going to happen. They could still trade without him.
It is a compelling argument that the Padres, although they're trading Juan Soto, like, they very much have to try to compete because they have Machado and Tatis and Darvish and Musgrove. They have a lot of pieces they pay a lot of money for. That would a piece like Alex Verdugo for 1 year for a third of the cost, if that, be kind of a nice piece for them to get in? It does make a lot of sense. It does.
It's not my argument. It's kind of like everyone on
It's
Twitter.
the logic.
Yeah. Because who do they have if they get rid of Soto? Who's their fourth outfielder? Well, they got Grisham, who they're also trying to trade. Soto, Tatis, obviously. And then who's their fourth? I don't know. The Padres' fourth outfielder is Ryan Cohen. You can tweet it at me or something.
Tweet it at us.
The package for Verdugo is crazy. Because, like, Verdugo isn't Soto, but he's a valuable, like, everyday lefty bat in your lineup.
Yeah.
6 foot 209 from Tucson, Arizona.
Easy.
28 years old. He's a career OPS plus of 105. He's been in the 100s the last 5 years. So yeah, you're talking about like a guy that can play Major League Baseball. Obviously, he's a good OBP guy. I believe he doesn't strike out a lot. and he's lefty. That's a valuable dude for 1 year. The Red Sox got nothing. And like my apologize to Nicholas Judas and Dick Fitz and Weissert, but I just thought it would cost more. And egg on BBD's face. He's my proxy there. I didn't want to get that sticky. Right. For thinking it would cost more.
So let's start with what we know. The Weiss dog. We went on the roller coaster ride, and hey, it also ended on like a decent note. Like he was throwing his fastball a lot more. He found 2 fastballs. If Weissert pans out as a middle of the bullpen guy for the next couple years, that isn't worth a starting corner outfielder, left fielder that can hit 300 in a given season. So it goes to the prospects. Dick Fitz, who I think his name got mentioned on our show once, and there's an obvious reason you'd remember that. But
it's like our 9th starter.
When you're looking at how minor leagues work, how baseball works, sure, there's going to be a couple Mike Kings that kind of come out of left field. And I hope for Dick Fitz he's that, but his prospect profile is nothing crazy that any Yankee fan who knows Verdugo at all would sign up for this trade in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I mean, Dick Fitz, 24 years old and hasn't pitched in AAA yet. So there's just so much still to do. And I don't think he's ranked in the Yankees org or baseball. So and the Weiss dog is going to look great in a Red Sox uniform.
He was born to be a Sox.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a picture of him soon, like in a Boston firehouse. And it's like, yeah.
You think he goes walrus and like grows out the stubble and then has the longer mustache?
If I had to bet on it, and I don't know if we have to do ads. If I had to bet on it,
well, you can bet your next factor meal on it. That's sure thing, buddy.
I would bet my next factor meal that he would just go longer mustache. Like, who's that guy?
Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah, I was thinking outside of baseball.
Doc Holliday.
It's just a big mustache. Yosemite Sam.
Oh, okay. The dad from Gone Baby Gone.
Yes.
It's actually the uncle, dummy. Choose meals that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences, whether it's calorie smart, Jake's ex-girlfriend, vegan, or veggie, protein plus, and more wholesome options are available. Factor isn't just for dinner. Count on extra convenience any time of the day with an assortment of 55 plus add-ons. Choose from quick breakfast items, lunch to go, grab and go snacks, and ready to drink cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. Meal ready to go. They are actually like really good. We have them in the fridge. And I told Katie recently that like I kind of want to just like make that my lunch. You know, I hate deciding lunch. And then like I don't care what I eat. So whatever I get handed, I eat. If it was like a healthy version of something that with a smaller, like a decent sized portion, I should just do that. So I might be a Factor guy in the office. Head to factormeals.com/Yanks50 and use code Yanks50 to get 50% off. That's code Yanks50 at factormeals.com/Yanks50 to get 50% off. So if you didn't pick up on the code and the discount after all that, you're dumb. And that's it. I'd like you to take a video of yourself on your phone as another angle of you, or even this same angle, but your phone camera. And I want to see what it looks like because I think it might be hilarious.
I look like an actor who died and they show them in the 50s.
Yeah, you look like you're playing the role of like a cabana pool boy.
Yeah, so me, like Bobby De Niro
hits on the older women that are like lounging and gets like thrown in the pool by a fat bald mobster.
You want me to take a video of myself?
You do die in the film.
Calm down.
You need the women to cry in the theater. That's a rule.
What else do we need to cover with this?
Is there any updates? Beebs is at winter meetings, hearing the buzz, watching people. Everyone's running around like they're about to shit themselves. That's the last tweet I saw from BBD.
I begged people at the Yes booth to tell me if they have heard anything about a next move being imminent, and they said they haven't heard anything yet.
Who's at the Yes booth?
I was talking to some behind the scenes people. Meredith has been in and out of over there all week. They kind of just sent Meredith this week. But
okay, post from Brendan Cuddy.
Okay.
Brendan Cuddy tweet 2 minutes ago. Source: the Yankees are still very much in on Juan Soto. Adding Alex Verdugo is a curious fit, comma. However, comma, for the Yankees. Yes, he hits lefty, but he played right field exclusively last season, and the Yankees need left field center fielder. Speculating on my part, but a Verdugo flip doesn't sound impossible. Okay. Well, didn't he play left field when everyone threw shit at him at Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, he's played left field at Yankee Stadium, and right field at Fenway is the much
harder.
There's an argument, the much more rangier position, which you would need in Yankees left field. So I don't think that's on the table at all. I think that there's one missing element here that we don't know how the Yankees will actually treat it. The only way that Soto, Verdugo, Judge, whoever else you're adding on your list works is if the Yankees are actually going to factor in Giancarlo as like he's going to miss a ton of games. Because if you do that, then you're DHing Soto some days, you're DHing Verdugo, you're DHing Judge. That, like, think about what we've said a lot. The fourth outfielder for the Yankee is going to play a lot. So if they actually were going that route, that would be cool. That would be a power Yankees move. I don't necessarily think they're doing that because I think it would just make a lot of sense to throw him in for Soto. The Padres are covered for a third of the cost.
Did you hear? Because I know you're on your honeymoon and you're recovering from your jawline surgery, but did you hear Cashman and Boone in their pressers today?
Love is like candy on a string. I saw some of the tweets and stuff. I wasn't locked in.
They were cocky.
Right.
But like, it was kind of weird. They sounded like normal GMs. And right. Boone's always happy and Boone's always saying good stuff. But the Cashman quote, and we have heard this 3 years in a row now about like getting a lefty outfielder, but it rang different the way he phrased it this time.
Awesome. Jack Curry tweet, even after acquiring Verdugo, the Yankees continue to push to add Soto. I do wonder if they're going to end up having to include King and Thorpe in the deal. And then he promoted Yes, which will discuss all the latest news. I believe Yes is live in 15 minutes, but that's not our problem.
Watch Yes. No, double screen it. Well, Cashman said after the year we had, there'd be very few untouchables. I don't know what they mean by few, but maybe that means King is going. Rosenthal, who I like a bunch, his quote was, "No other team is as eager as the Yankees. Both teams need this trade. The rest, it's just noise." And all the Yankees quotes, I'm trying to find some of them, but the Yankees on Yamamoto and Soto, the tone of their quotes was like they were announcing to all the other teams, "We'll ride it up as high as you can't go."
Well, that was the other news from winter meetings, which has been a little quiet. Sorry, Beeb. Sorry, Jolly. Is that the other thing that leaked out today with those Yankee quotes was the Dodgers and Ohtani, which the whole thing there is like, oh, well, nobody's going to talk about that ever. The GM has now even come out of the Dodgers and been like, "Hey, Dave Roberts, we said we weren't talking about that."
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that the Yankees were peacocking about the two guys that it really makes a lot of sense they should get, and that the Dodgers were peacocking about the one guy that they should really get.
Yeah. Dave Roberts replied to that and was like, "I'm not a liar. They asked me if we've talked to him. I said we've talked to him." Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? So he wasn't full peacock, but I also like Dave Roberts being like, "Cut the shit, guys.
Who cares?"
Yeah, this doesn't matter. You don't matter, my boss, is what he was saying, I think. I'm trying to find the Cashman quotes. I can't find the one I'm referencing. I'm going to check the Reddit thread NYY Yankees because they were posting a ton of them at one point. Yeah. So Cora said, I called Aaron Boone yesterday, FaceTimed him, and he gave me this kind of like this look. He was very happy. So something big might happen over there. Where the hell is it? Where the hell's
Great.
this quote? Oh,
How much?
Bob Clappish said an AL executive told him the Yankees are telling people they're ahead of the pack on Yamamoto, like way ahead.
Sick quote.
End quote. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Like that's what the
What's
Yanks
that mean?
The Yanks are going around, peacock's peacock, motherfucker. That's what they do. And they're saying, we're not losing. So just bow out. That's what that quotes are saying. I don't know if I believe it. They are getting the fan in me excited because I can be like swindled into positivity with the Yanks still because I want them to be good,
New segment. Believe or not believe.
Like if I'm praying for rain and you tell me, I think it looks like it's going to rain tomorrow, I'm more likely to like believe you. And if Beeb says it's not raining, I'm going to be kind of mad at him.
Can I be honest for the first time in my life?
Yeah.
Honeymoon. The Yankees now expect, and this is Yankees fans too, that we're getting Juan Soto. Like we are fully, everyone's there. Like we just traded for Alex Verdugo, who's a baseball player I really like, who's contact, who's like, what his hot is awesome. He's in a contract here. Like he loves playing in New York. He's already like messed around in New York. Alex Verdugo was a great fit for this team months ago when we didn't think Soto was on the table. We opened up with the topic, oh, is this trade for Soto? Like, we already think we're getting Soto. Yamamoto, I think Yankee fans are still just like, hey, there's some other pitchers out there. Like, this dude seems awesome. But if Yamamoto doesn't happen and Soto does, Yankee fans, I don't think will be crushed. If Yamamoto happened and Soto doesn't, I think Yankee fans, yeah.
We're set up to be let down.
On the Soto side.
Yeah, I agree with you. And okay, so Cashman's quotes again, but this time he raised the bar. He said, we are looking for 2 outfielders, preferably from the left side. And part of you wants to say, duh, like we can see your roster. That's what you need. He's only ever said 1. Now he has said that for 2 years now and not gotten them. And then he said, we need starting pitching as well. And we are doing due diligence. And then he said, we are doing our due diligence on Yamamoto and Juan Soto. That sounds a lot better than when he said, we're not interested in Harper and Machado. And it turns out they weren't interested in Harper and Machado.
It's true.
He has been very honest when they're out on guys, like too honest. And then he said, we'd also like to add bullpen help as well.
Always.
So that was one quote I liked. And then Boone said, all I can tell you is we're trying real hard to give you guys something to talk about.
Good quote.
And I'm over here ripe for heartbreak. So my mood's high and I'm believing all of this. I'm buying in. I went to Disney World. I'm a new man.
Oh, wow. I thought that was leading into like an ad read for BetterHelp or something. I thought you were like,
no, man, I am like built back up.
You're good.
I took a week vacation.
That's awesome.
I didn't get any rest because I was sharing a hotel room with a 2-year-old, a 5-month-old, and my wife. So we
during the day,
literally the least sleep Katie and I have had on our vacation. But the days at Disney World were fantastic, and it's a magical place. And I told Beebs, Jake, when we did an episode when I got back, I'm bullish on the Soto rumors. They all to me speak what Rosenthal's saying. Yanks are the only one offering like what they are interested in.
If I had to place a bet right now, I would bet that the Yankees traded for Alex Verdugo to be a part of the trade back to the Padres. If I'm now going back to that last weird rant I gave, Yankee fans think we're getting Soto. Rosenthal's talking. Curry, it's on the tip of everyone's tongue, and it feels accurate because they're like, no one else is really a suitor. Like the other
Yeah.
team in play was supposed to be Seattle, and they just traded away like to shed salary. So no one knows what they're doing. So I don't, if we're being honest right now, if you had to make a monetary bet, it would be Alex Verdugo is getting thrown in as a piece from the Soto trade.
Talking Yanks tweeted a report from Andy Martino, the Yankee, who has been all over just all of what they've done this offseason. The Yankees would be comfortable with a lot of Aaron Judge in center field if they get Juan Soto.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. If they keep Verdugo and they get Juan Soto, who plays center field? And so if they get Soto and Verdugo stays, they would go Doogie, Judge, Soto. I don't know if the three of those guys hang out off the field.
No.
Oh, dude, Soto and Judge go to Rangers games because Soto's a player that goes to games and sits in the crowd.
Yeah, I think Doogie is too.
Maybe Doogie is too.
I think they're game crew, but that's it. Hey, I could find at bats for almost any major league left-hander with a career 100 plus OPS plus in this Yankees lineup. So if they're there, they can do that. So I'm having an argument in my head right now. Judge is getting older. He signed a big money. Oh no.
What?
To play him at center field a year after, part of the reason the Yankees did not make the playoffs this year is because he got hurt. Like, but
that Judge update, 99% is a negotiation tactic. This just in. Ruled.
Yes.
Yeah, like, that is. Hey, Ernie. Tell him we just played Judge and center.
The only counter, and if we're hoping the Yankees would learn lessons from themselves, Judge's home run record year, he did play a lot of center field. So if they're just changing up some of their mindsets and being like, Judge played well in center field, like that would be the counter there. But yeah, I think we're looking back on this in a little bit and we're like, the Yankees were not going to play Judge in center field a lot. And Verdugo is the perfect 1 year replacement for Soto for 1 year while you're also getting prospects back.
Yeah. If they get Soto, I'm kind of liking everything.
Okay.
All right. What do people want to know about Verdugo?
Wow.
He's lefty.
Left-handed.
Dude, he's like pretty good. Like all the numbers you want to be 10 points higher.
Right.
Right. And then he'd be just around an 800 OPS and you'd be very happy with that. He's a batting average guy. So last year was his worst batting average, 264. Would that be the third best on the Yankees last year or the second best? The years in 2021, he had a 289 batting average and 280. He's an on-base guy, 350 in his best year, full season, 328, 324. So like they're going lower. It's regressing a little, but clearly seemed like he wasn't having a great time last year. So hopefully he's rejuvenated. He plays a lot. I like that. 146, 152, 142. He's 6 foot tall. I didn't think that he was that tall. And the slug has gone away a lot in Fenway.
Right.
But a lot of balls might be going to die that deep right field. I'll look it up.
I think the bigger thing to note here, so he's a very talented contact hitter. Like there's definitely a league of guys above him in Major League Baseball, but 280 batting average and kind of like what you're saying, good Alex Verdugo is better than that stat page says. And Jim, maybe the thing that we're missing more than that, career versus right-handed hitting, these are Verdugo's stats, 290, 346 on base, and 807 OPS. So like, he's a lefty. He gets beat by lefties. hey, we can figure that out, whether he makes an adjustment or we got some righties for you. But he has hit right-handed pitching better his entire career.
That's his career numbers versus right-handed pitching.
Those were career, and last
What?
year they were
Yeah,
similarly as good.
Yeah, what? Because okay, I don't care. You face righties way more than you face lefties.
279 on base, not great, 329, but a 793 OPS versus righties last year. So career,
What was
he's a
he
little
versus
better.
lefties last year?
He hit 220, a 609 OPS.
Oh, okay. So I also forgot Martian just might play center field when he's healthy, and then Judge slides to wherever the open injury is.
Right.
Or you flip Verdugo at that point.
It makes more sense to me if Doogie is in the Soto trade. I can find that guy at bats.
Yeah. All right, man. So when are they going to do the trade? Be cool if it happened right now.
That would be so cool if it happened right now.
Beebs, what are the updates in Nashville? What are the vibes there?
You know we're live too, right, Jake? So we can go to the chat.
Had no clue.
We are live. We should have said that to you so long ago.
Had no clue.
Yeah, the
Hello, everyone.
there.
They do agree you look 40
Chat.
pounds lighter, 10 years younger. I
Yes.
tuned in to the chat just at that point to see if they agreed. They couldn't not.
Oh wow.
Like,
No, man, I don't know if okay, yes. Jake's dead.
Jess, you just turned off the lights. Okay.
You still look good.
That's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell her the chat was actually asking for that.
Chat loves
This
you.
guy's too hot to talk sports. That's what chat was saying.
chiming in a little bit. He wants you to know that clean shaven Alex Verdugo is gonna look fucked up. I don't know if we're allowed to let him talk anymore.
Don't need to shave in San Diego.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at clean shaven Verdugo. He's a good kid, clean cut kid.
I think he had a really good episode of the Chris Rose rotation a couple years ago. If you're looking to see more about him, but he's actually a guy like MLB has promoted him a decent amount. Like if they do a mic'd up, like it's Verdugo and stuff. So I don't know. I think people are pretty familiar with him.
Yeah. I agree. I'm looking at his batted balls spray chart in Fenway last year. See how many would have been. No, there's no balls. Literally not a single. Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on. Here's the update. If all of his balls that he hit last year at Fenway were hit in Kansas City Royals, none of the outs or doubles would have turned to homers. That's not info you need though, so I'm going to switch it to Yankee Stadium.
That would be if it was Kansas City Royals.
I'm going to switch it to Yankee Stadium, and it looks like, yeah, it's still none. We're getting none. One double, so that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Maybe a lot of these outs would have been off the wall though.
Another good Verdugo update, you know, depending where you feel about the Red Sox year, or maybe you can like this stat or spin it another way. Going into September 2nd of last year, he was 280, 343, 795 OPS. That's versus both sides.
So then he got benched, and what did he end the year after the benching?
He had an awful last month.
Should we call Jack or Zoe? See if they got any thoughts?
Any thoughts about Verdugo or anything?
You'd ask about Verdugo, you'd get anything. Oh, yeah, I did the last 3 years in Fenway, and it's a lot of doubles and outs to like a lot to right. That would be homers at the stadium.
Good.
So maybe last year he was trying to go to left, you know?
Yeah. Is he a Yankee come opening day?
I had it at 70% yes.
Right.
I think yes.
Okay.
I kind of think yes. stop.
They need 2 lefty outfielders, you know?
Right.
And they got him for nothing.
They got him for their own roster flexibility being increased.
I I I would I don't like being rude. And I don't know any of the minor league guys in this trade, but by percentages and where they're at in their career, I would roll the dice that those 3 players never helped the Red Sox.
Weissert will be in their bullpen.
Yes. But he would have to become a whole 8th inning or 9th inning guy. I know he was the closer at AAA. Let me say this: Weissert might not have been in the Yankees bullpen this year, or was probably not. So
probably riding the bus. I guess I don't know. For all the talk we did about the Yankees and Red Sox, like they don't trade, blah blah blah. For this trade to go down, if this is the missing link in the Soto trade, isn't that bizarre by the Red Sox? If we're not doing trades, you could have got prospects for Verdugo from probably, almost any contending team could use that guy. Like,
makes sense for the Padres, man. What if they still go get Grisham and Soto, and they give him Verdugo back, and they're like, "Hey, if you want us to eat Grisham, we got to keep a pitcher." And they're like, "Well, what do you need besides pitchers?" And like, "Well, we're gonna need fucking outfielders after trading you Grisham and Soto." Like, okay, we'll go get you, and then we'll be a ready outfielder.
Hey, I haven't been in on the Grisham thing, but
the Padres are asking.
Right. It hasn't made sense in the trade in my head, I guess. Like, however this officially goes down, the Yankees don't need to take Trent Grisham. And I think the Padres could take a chance on him next year, getting slightly better, and he'd be a valuable player for them. How about the math we just went through with Judge playing center field, waiting for Dominguez to come back? If Trent Grisham was your 4th outfielder and he's left-handed and he can play, remember how we were waiting for the backup center fielder forever? Like, maybe he's the backup center fielder. Like, we had no center fielder. We got Bader. He gets hurt. He couldn't hit righties. We were always waiting. We did a lot of conversations about Rafael Ortega. Like, Trent Grisham's won a Gold Glove. He's a left-handed hitter. His value's kind of low right now, but we would still use him. Maybe that does make more sense if that's their plan.
Yeah, but for a half a year, what do you like better? Verdugo in left, Judge in center, Soto in right, or Soto in left, Grisham in center, Judge in right?
You like the first one more?
Yes. And for those who forget the order I set them in, what were those guys?
Right. In theory, if Judge was a center fielder with Verdugo and Soto, that's a more exciting first half. But Jim, you know how teams think about center field. Like, they can't, to be factoring in that to Judge's years with the contract they gave him. Like, I think Judge can play center field and play it solidly.
And just coming off injury. But maybe, it's just until Dominguez comes back.
If Aaron Judge gets hurt playing center fielder, the Yankees look like idiots.
True.
This is a combination of our chat and a little bit Twitter. So obviously some caveats there. Curry sounds like he's being very confident on Yankees hot stove about a Soto move happening very soon. And
it's the most confident we've ever seen. Every big reporter that's trustworthy that it's happening, and it's the most confident we've seen Cashman and Boone talking about guys they're pursuing.
And I saw some stuff about Curry maybe saying, and I'm obviously not watching because I'm here, that they're comfortable with Verdugo in center.
God damn, this passing tweet isn't about the Yankees, but Jolly's there, and we did talking baseball all about the Mariners Braves. The Braves just flipped Marco Gonzalez. Yeah. The Mariners trade is so utterly stupid, and the Braves are just fucking around on the fringes because they have 8 good players and 4 good pitchers, and they're just like messing around with their 9th and 5th guy and having so much fun. They flipped Marco Gonzalez to the Pirates for cash and a player to be named later.
Boom.
Mariners. I know he was just a salary dump. He didn't cost enough to salary dump. All right, this is talking Yanks, but that's crazy. And that's crazy. Tell Jolly, Beebs.
Agree.
Jolly is here.
Jake, what's happening?
Soto's a Yankee. It was my weird Soto Yamamoto speech that I got lost in at the end. But Jack Curry. Jack Curry said a lot of names. I think if we're being honest, the Band-Aid that Yankee fans should get ready to rip off, Mike King probably has to be a part of the trade. And I know we've kind of braced ourselves for that. Every Yankee fan was kind of leaning Clark, like the high-end potential was higher with King. And it, like, for Jack Curry to say Mike King's name again, it makes me think Michael King has to go to Padres. And if we're being honest about trade fits, if you're the Padres, you talk yourself into a ceiling, and that's how you feel better about trading away Juan Soto, who, reminder, generational all-time baseball player.
Curry said on the hot stove right now that the Yankees talks with Soto are reignited and intensified. That's what Jack Curry said. I'm so happy you look so good during all this. Dude, we have some episodes that get replayed where we look awful. I'm so happy for you.
He lived a good life.
He laughed.
He laughed. He crooned in Mexico for 2 months.
Just put him to work. Sing me another. Just you singing the Jess as she lounges all honeymoon.
Hates it.
Andy Martino 5 minutes ago. Yeah, the Yankees are still working on stuff. Just walked past Cash's hotel room. 3 phones all going. I made that up. That was a makeup.
That was something you made up.
Yeah. I have one more question.
Okay.
What time did Garrett Cole sign?
It was pretty late at night around this time.
We had drank 2 bottles of wine.
Could be 11:30 a.m. on the right day. What time do we think Cole signed?
All right. I mean, shit. You want me to like Google breaking?
Looked like it was 10:57. Is that Eastern time? Because that would have been before 8 a.m.
Yeah.
on the West Coast.
Yeah. So we got 50 minutes to kill.
We're right in the Yankees' big move window, and Jack Curry's talking.
What time did they trade for Stan? That was like 2 a.m., right?
Trade was crazy.
That was late.
I was in college and I stayed up till 4 a.m. for it, and I think I eventually fell asleep and it happened in the 6 o'clock hour.
But I'm such a good detective. I believe that happened at the GM meetings or the winter meetings, which was in West Coast. So 2 a.m. puts you right around 11, and it was probably more like 1:57, which puts you at 10:57. That's their window. We got 40 minutes until this trade happens.
What are you going to do with those 40 minutes?
I could read like a Yankees book to the crowd. Like if you need to leave, I could just stay live and read a book.
Yeah, you can ride with the people.
It'll just be me just refreshing Twitter and reading a little bit, and we'll pop up every now and then.
It was in Orlando, the chat says.
Oh, here's a comment from the chat. Chris Capezza says, Jake looks like he's trying out for Tony in High School Musical of West Side Story.
I think I get
Yeah.
the part.
Yes. Yeah. Or you play like the first one that dies in that movie.
Right.
Ooh, I'm a perfect opening scene actor. Like
Yeah.
when you go to a play and there's like an over the top actor that starts it out, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, are they like going to be the main character?
Yeah.
And that was the only scene.
Yeah. And well, because they died because, and then all the women cried because they were so beautiful.
What was the last part?
You're having a great night. Can you tell my glasses that stage right, your right side of my face, there's nothing around my ear?
Can't tell that, but they have looked unbalanced.
Yeah. Look,
Welcome down.
James, my 2-year-old son, just took them off my face one day and just straight up snapped the end. So the left side doesn't go around my ear, it just kind of hangs out.
Confession,
And
that kid.
I have a band-aid on it so it doesn't scratch my face.
Pretty
Vehicle ranks 499 question. Diehard Mets fan, you guys are amazing. Watch every video. You gotta get me through Oscars. You've gotten me through shit, scrolled up on me. You've gotten me through Oscars pretty tough times as well. There's a typo in that, and I can't crack it. You've gotten me through
That's crazy.
G Oscars me pretty tough times as well. And that's usually you can figure out typos. You've got me through a couple. Some. Okay, the last word, you've gotten me through, and then something some pretty tough times. So I think the G Oscars is just a complete mess up, and you've gotten me through some pretty tough times as well.
Thank you for listening. Glad we could be here for you.
Yeah.
I have eyes on Brendan Cuddy.
Oh my god.
So
you have eyes on Brian Hope?
Ran back into the press room and he's back out.
What do you hear? Did you hear, Jake, that Heyman said 12 teams are currently in on IKF?
I did see that.
It's a little bit of if you got three.
I did see that.
Jobs.
If I was at winter meetings and my name was BBD and Jolly Olive, I would grab my iPhone and walk up to Heyman and say, "Can you name me those 12 teams?"
We got you in the morning.
I described Heyman at winter meetings on Talking Baseball today, Jake, as a Roomba whose battery's dying.
A lot of on a YouTube comment about that.
Man, dude,
it might be my most accurate description I've had in a long time. To see him walk in a room.
So I'm hesitant to introduce myself to people because I know it's kind of a lot. And then if I get to know him, things work out. Walking up to John Heyman the way he walks around winter meetings, I would never say a word to him. Like, it looks like he's either about to turn off or be mad or be sad, and I just don't want any part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Articles are good, though.
Like him on TV, too.
Yeah.
Really, the times he's like telling you he's reporting something, he's right and good.
Okay, we're getting some more questions now. Where would you bat Verdugo in the lineup? Well, is Soto around? Because I still don't know where I'm batting Soto, but probably 3. So does Doogie lead off then? Does it go Verdugo, Judge, Soto, Rizzo?
Verdugo's up in. Here's what I'll tell our people. Verdugo would be up in the lineup because Willie Calhoun batted 3rd for a chunk of last year.
And then they go lefty, righty, lefty, surround Judge by lefties if Soto's there. Soto's Aaron not there. Do they go Verdugo, Judge? Do they go Verdugo, Judge, Rizzo? Like as it stands right now. I don't know if Verdugo leads off, likes leading off, not, but the Yankees don't have a leadoff hitter.
That would, to quote our Aaron Boone, it's on the table.
Currently, right now, as the Yankees roster is currently constructed, Fangraphs roster resource says DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Judge, Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, Giancarlo Stanton, Verdugo, Volpe, Wells, Florial.
He mostly led off last year. So yeah, he would lead up. He 81 games leading off in 2023.
I hear Florial at the end there.
Yeah, so I think that means another move might come.
Wait,
I
what
don't.
about he didn't lead off at all in 2022? Who do they have leading off that team? Maybe he didn't like leading off. So I guess to answer the super chat question, I have him leading off. They had
Yes.
like no one leading off. They had Pham eventually.
Hmm.
So I guess he only really did it last year. He was their 2-hole hitter.
He has the
2021.
abilities. He has the abilities to be a good leadoff hitter. First right-handers.
His numbers were great in the leadoff. He had a 280 batting average, of 331 OBP as a leadoff hitter last year. So I would lead him off. Okay. Any other questions from the chat? And do we have to wait?
I'm being told by people not on Twitter. Might not have to wait too much longer, maybe. But
Oh my God.
We should kill some time.
I've just written this tweet from at TY fan 1 at BBD just said, per sources, we won't have to wait too much longer.
Golly's burner.
Dude, Blue Jays fans are so mad at me, and I don't understand why.
Yep. They
What
hate
did,
the Yankees.
but what did they tweet?
Fans are always mad.
I don't even understand why I made them mad. I just think I think Otani's going to the Dodgers.
You still have Dodgers over the field.
They think he's signing with the Blue Jays.
I was told some Blue Jays things, but
dude, if we got to see Otani in the division a lot, I would like very much enjoy that as a fan. Like I'm saddened that I don't have that much time watching Trout because he's not in the Yankees division and he's on West Coast. So it would suck because he's really good and probably makes the Blue Jays really good. And he'd probably crush the Yankees. But like, it's very cool. We got to watch David Ortiz play and like familiar with his game. So there would be part of me that would be very excited to have him be like, oh yeah, I watched a lot of Otani at bats and starts.
He's already an all-time player just for the story of it.
Yeah. But I still think he's going to the Dodgers.
Yes.
And per Brian Roberts, they did talk. He didn't lie to the media. He took a big pause, if you haven't seen the clip yet, and was like, I know I'm supposed to fuck him. This is stupid. Yeah, we've talked to him. I think it went pretty well. We met with Otani. Then the GM came out and was like, we're so sorry. We're so sorry.
I mean, that's not even an update.
Sure, I know you wanted us
that wasn't
to lie to everyone.
I don't think that's like even the level that like Shohei's people said they were going to be upset at. Like not approaching it.
Yeah.
There's no rumor there.
Yeah, it's just confirming.
Asked explicitly and answered benignly.
So Verdugo to the Yankees.
Yeah, Casey
out.
That on hand.
Imagine if this was talk radio, like drive radio. We just have to have the same conversation again for the new listeners.
We take a couple callers.
Yeah, you do. I actually like Verdugo batting after Stan. And you go, oh yeah, they got a different approaches. He's like, and Verdugo could play center. I've seen him. It's a fly ball.
And what do you make of this Judge playing center nonsense? Like we just did that 30 minutes ago. Yeah, with new drivers. This is radio, Jake. If the repeater Radio nowhere. Dude, are you into this trade?
Am I not into this trade?
That made me laugh. Can we text Curry and say like, Is it happening?
I think Jack Curry is live on the Yes Network right now.
Call Booney, Beebs. You're the contact. Email Boone right now and say, "Fuck, I wish it wasn't you that were the contact."
He gave a very nice hello. I think so.
The email to Booney right now being like, "You want to talk?" is so funny if he gets it. No, you might be busy, Skip, but we're live right now, and the people want to hear from you. If you phrase it like that, it would not. He would maybe never do the show again. What's that say?
Looks like Jack Oliver might have gotten owned by Passan on Twitter.
No way.
As he quote tweeted a 2013 tweet from Jeff Passan saying, "I would take Chase Headley over David Wright." Jolly Olive quote tweeted that saying, "What?" And then Jeff Passan replied to him saying, "This take was as bad as your beard."
Oh, damn. He's done that before.
We had a lot of lovely conversations with Jeff Passan today. I don't
What
know
is Jolly doing? That's so toxic. He digging up old bad Passan tweets. He's very friendly with us.
Jeff Passan was so nice to me and Jolly specifically today. And Jeff Passan, that killed him. That killed him to do that. But he was really nice today, very excited. We made him look bad in some trivia. Jolly screwed him.
Nice.
So then Jolly gets back at him.
So I guess then Jolly going one more. Passan had to do it. He had to do it.
Jake, I got bad news for you.
Yeah.
I just realized that if you were a character in Beauty and the Beast, you'd be rooting for Gaston. You'd be one of the dudes like storming the castle with him, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the other argument would be that I am one of the characters trapped in the Enchanted Mansion. This would be them coming to life. Like if I was Lumiere, I would come to life like this.
You're right. You could be the little boy.
I typed out an email to a guy who's done a lot of episodes of this show. Am I hitting send on that?
What did you say? What does email say?
I said, "I've been asked to ask you if you wanted to go because we're live right now. I know you're probably busy."
I
can add, but the offer's out there.
No. Say, I've been told to ask you, it'd be cool if you went live with us right now, if you're not busy. Say it in that tone. Wait, just say this. Say, I've been told to let you know we're doing trivia if you want to come on. That's funny.
Let you know we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Where you were doing press briefings earlier today.
No, because then he might think it's real.
Yeah,
he's not going to come on the show. It's just a funny to annoy.
I like to make him laugh, and he gave me a very nice hello the other evening.
He was nice to you.
He have a very nice handshake and said it's very good to see you.
Jeez. Where the hell's the new tweets? I don't see any new tweets.
I've been told to tell you we are doing trivia live right now if you're not busy.
That's funny.
I would maybe put the word emergency in there.
We're doing some emergency trivia.
Yeah. Bold the subject line.
I wouldn't say it's an emergency, but it's like whatever you have a step below that.
One step below, like mandatory.
Yeah. Put it on him.
All right. I'm gonna go to the chat. Read the first thing. I gotta go. Jake has an animated fork. Just seems right. The deal's getting done at 2:39. No, we actually have only 25 minutes to go. Again, if you want to leave, Jake, and pop back, I'll just read some books.
I mean, I probably should do that.
Look.
Okay. This is live, huh?
Now this is good live stuff.
Nice. Bud's looking good. You been squatting?
I got this.
That's
The
the book.
1998 Yankees by Jack Curry. I mean, we'll hype the dude up as we wait for his next tweet. Yeah.
This is live.
Yeah. For 25 more minutes. You just come back when the news is done. Oh, yes, Scott Brocious. We saved one of the best hitters for last, even though Brocious hit mostly eighth or ninth. He was one of the Yankees' most productive hitters and was another player who made pitchers work and work some more. That's page 124.
I might come back and check in a minute.
Yeah, I'll read Twitter to the people.
Yeah.
For all our listeners that aren't on Twitter, I'll just refresh and read it.
All right.
There's a question in the chat about if they traded for Soto, would do you think they'd extend him? Just to answer that, no.
They'd try.
You ask.
They'd try their darndest. But he's a Boris client, I believe, and Boris doesn't do extensions.
Not this close.
And Ohtani's not a Boris client, right? He's not. How often does a superstar like that come around that's not a Boris guy? And the Dodgers do not do deals with Boris clients. So it's like, hey, the one time this guy, he's not a Boris guy. Let's actually go after him.
I had not thought about that. Ohtani just isn't Boris.
Well, if Ohtani was Boris, it'd be very much more interesting because the Dodgers don't do deals with Boris clients. So there's that. Did you freeze?
Jake, I don't know if he froze or just needed to run away for a moment.
Oh, no, you froze for a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Boris allowed Altuve to get an extension.
Literally.
Okay, Boris got Altuve an extension. Okay.
Yeah, extension's 1 year away from free agency.
Oh yeah, not. Yeah, okay. Well, do the trade, the Yanks.
Please do the trade.
I'm refreshing Twitter so much that it's out of order, which pisses me off.
Like not
don't show me new stuff from a long time ago. That's not what I'm here for.
Ooh.
Okay, he's a much cheaper option than Kiermaier. Yeah, and he might get traded. This sucks, man. I like going to sleep early, but I'm gonna stay up.
I think we have to stay up for a while.
The only way I go to sleep is if I text Curry and he tells me you can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, never mind. Shouldn't do that live.
Curry,
do you remember when we got a very nice tip from a very, very big source at the Yankees? And we were like, hey, this is going to happen tonight. Otherwise, we're going to leave the office.
I know what it was, but interesting. I know what it was. It was, I believe, Archie Bradley. They said he had an agreement with an unknown team, and we texted a source with the Yankees and said, are we allowed to leave the office? Because we would only react to this if it was Yankees. And he said, go home.
That was awesome. I wish I could do that now, but we're not. We haven't texted in a while. That was pretty cool, though.
That was a good day. One day, that's
what was I just looking up? The Yankees payroll. That's what I was looking up. to let people know, Verdugo is making $9 million this year as a free agent at the end. 1 year. We haven't mentioned Belly at all. Someone on Jonathan Sosa in the chat said no Belly for sure. And I mean, if it's Verdugo and Bellinger at the end, do you like that?
I can't claim to be mad at that. I'm like, and I'm curious. I assume you agree, but I'm curious to hear you say yes or no. You agree if they sign Bellinger because he's obviously signing a several year long deal. They are using that next year as an excuse to not pursue Soto in free agency, and I would understand why they are doing that. And so for that reason, I have to be my stance has to be I am out. But
Unless they like Belly going the first.
There can be a long-term Belly center to left to first plan, but
they could, like, if they don't get
for,
Soto, if the Padres just wrap up, it is possible that they just go get Bellinger now, and they're like, "Fuck!" Like if they didn't get Soto and then they missed out on Yamamoto, they would just have to go get Bellinger and Snell, and then they're like,
yeah,
that's so much different than Soto and Yamamoto. Maybe not on
or
pitching.
2024. I like it. I guess I wouldn't be back to like believing in. We've said Soto is the only thing that can make me like believe in the Yankees 2024. Like we're back.
Yeah.
We'd have fun this season. Guess I would have me just short of that, but I'd like realistically, I'd talk myself into it.
Someone just asked about Young Hoo Lee, and I did this whole thing on Talking Baseball today. I have no interest in Young Hoo Lee.
I'm fascinated.
No player has come over from the KBO as a hitter and been an above average batter ever until Kim, who's just above average on the Padres and really good hitter. And it took him a year and a half to like get adjusted. There's just not a track record. Literally, it's only Ha-Seong Kim from the KBO and
took 2 years
and being a good hitter in Major League Baseball. So not a knock specifically on Lee. Is that his last name?
Yep, Lee.
But just like, yeah. It's lower. It's like trading for a guy from Double-A and just throwing him in the majors right away.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does for the Detroit Tigers next year.
I like the Reds.
Yeah, I will want to watch him. I like him, and I'm interested in him, and I do not want it on the Yankees from the research I've done on it. May I play you some audio that Talking Yanks just tweeted from Yankees Hot Stove?
Yeah, play it for me.
Let me know if this doesn't work, and then maybe you pull up the tweet and play it on a better mic.
GM and a manager talk about a player who's under contract on another team. It's like Soto's here already. I mean, they're singing the praises of Soto. Their default is always, I can't talk about him. He's on another team. That was not the case today. Aaron Boone was singing the praises. You just heard Brian Ledner do the same thing. That was a little startling.
I think that they've talked about him so often in their own suites and in their own offices, and we know that they're pursuing him. And I think the deal is going to get done. That you're almost right, Michael, that they are almost seeing him in pinstripes. There is a rule. It does get kind of murky because the Padres have almost said that they're trading Soto as well. But I think as they are talking about him, they're sort of giving scouting reports as well. So maybe that's covering them.
So Jack Curry saying the words, I think the deal is going to get done, is the operative.
He said he's going to get done on TV, according to tweets.
Yeah. That was audio from, were you able to hear that?
I was, but did he
That was
say
from
that line?
yes.
I was kind of just blown away reading that. So he thinks it's happening within the hour.
I had a guy
Listen, the
text
stove isn't going to outlast us. They can't just be reading Yankees books.
I when I was talking earlier about hearing we might not have to wait that long, I was told Curry knows it's done and is waiting for the thumbs up to say it.
Curry did tell you that, right?
No.
El Duque was a physical specimen, a sinewy and athletic pitcher who wanted to throw and throw and throw. One day, I was having a conversation with Cohen about the physicality of being a pitcher and the strength and durability it takes to throw 100 or more pitches. Do it again 5 days later. Cohen, who was 5'11", 185 pounds, explained how a pitcher's power comes from the ground up, and that's why it was important to have powerful legs. That's from Jack Curry's book.
We love Jack Curry and are awaiting that next tweet.
Okay, so just give me the news then.
Somebody, please.
Should we retweet this link? And I'll just quote tweet it. Yeah, I'll say I'm staying live. So does the Yankees. But I'm not really. I mean, I just think it's going to happen in 50 minutes. Wait, 20 minutes. Jake just texted in the chat. What did he say?
Pretty exhausted, laying down and listening to you guys. He's still like technically in the Zoom, unsure if he knows that.
No, that's great. He can pop back in. Jake, you don't
Yeah,
need to come in for a while. You don't even need to listen to us. Maybe I play some Cron photo or something like that. I could take questions. And Soto's going to be a Yankee soon. That's so cool. That's so cool. If it doesn't happen, none of this will come back to bite me. That's for sure. I got mini football over here. And all right. So Soto is really good. And he's a lefty. And he's like the most patient, best batter ever. Like the world has never seen a player that young command the zone that well. That's what the Ken Burns documentary is going to say about Soto when he was on the World Series Nationals DVD. They don't do DVDs. That's what they say. We've never seen someone that young have such command of the strike zone. 400 on base percentage, kind of guaranteed. That's fucking nuts.
Like even, and he's still incredibly young. Just turned 20, hasn't played a game as a 25-year-old yet. Like the whole way since he came up as 19, 20-year-old, however old he was. Like the word mature has been used to describe his at bats from day one. Like
yes,
he's been like a pros pro,
and he is fun. Like I have long been a fan of the Soto Shuffle and the character that comes across along with it.
Shuffle video.
So, and he plays mind games with the batter. Very expressive. He's a character.
He has moxie.
And remember that year he didn't go to the World Series, and then he went to like the Dodgers baseball game just to watch it as a fan. Was that the Dodgers? And it was like, that's cool. This kid likes baseball. He's eliminated, but he's going to watch his friend because someone got traded that was on his team.
I think it would have been, I think it was the CS because I think he wore a Trey Turner jersey.
Yeah, it was when Turner was on the Dodgers. He went to watch him, or it was something like that.
And he was traded away in 2021.
And his little brother is a fan of the Warehouse Games.
Big fan of the Warehouse Games.
So Soto to the Warehouse, basically. That's wild. How do you feel about Eric Fetty going to Chicago? Good question, Ryan Fox. I'll have an answer once I figure it out. I'm just waiting on Soto.
It makes sense for the Chicago White Sox to.
Should we get Joe's on or to fill time? And then as soon as the trade happens,
we will have
give
to
him the boot and switch Jake in.
We'll have to boot him. I We'll email him a link.
There's 17 minutes until it happens.
By your count, right?
Well, I mean, that's the math I'm doing. It'd be 16 now, but 10:57, it will happen. So that's crazy. I figured that out with the whole Garrett Cole time zone math I did, which was correct.
Jake in this chat did 5 minutes ago say 20 minutes till 10:57.
Yeah, it's a countdown to 10:57.
We're all counting down to 10:57 and maybe beyond.
Jake Storch said thoughts on the Soto deal possibly being a 3-team deal with Glaber going to Marlins or Mariners and Seattle getting one of their pitchers. Three trade deals usually are kind of crazy, so I don't think it's likely. That would be.
I feel like at this magnitude of a deal, I just haven't seen it a lot.
Nashville's someone in the chat's asking Nashville time. Oh, it's Jarv. He's in Australia. Nashville time is this East Coast time.
We're Central time. It's 9:40 here.
Bibbs! Are you kidding me? I can't do this for another hour and 15 minutes.
We might be doing this for another hour, 15 minutes. Jolly asked what happened, and I said, and I'm now telling him. I just told him what time zone we are.
That was when we were on the West Coast. It was like 7:20. It happened 10:57 East Coast time.
So it's reverse.
So we're good.
Wait, no, because
10:57 East Coast.
No. Jolly and I were looking at it in this time zone, so it was 11:57 East Coast time.
That's bad news.
Wait,
and I promise I'm Central time right now.
But when they got Cole, it wasn't 2 a.m. West Coast time.
No, it was because they're earlier.
Well, so it was like 10:57 West Coast time.
I think it was earlier than that because we just finished recording something.
I'll just go find the picture of you and Boone, and I'll figure this out.
Find a picture of you and Boone. No, I was on the East Coast back then, and it was late, but definitely not like 3 a.m. late.
And don't worry, I got it.
If you can find that picture of Jake and Boone.
We had just recorded with Dallas, Braden, and Carabas.
That was Cole.
That was Cole.
Right.
Judge got done the night before, and then they announced it like as we woke up.
I'm talking.
But Judge doesn't count.
Judge was a re-sign. That's
and that still happened. What, 5 a.m. our time? And that was West Coast.
Okay. Okay. Here it is. Fuck. What time zone is it? Is my phone going to tell me it was? Okay. Yeah. So officially, they signed Garrett Cole, or it became public at. It went away when 11:46 California time, which is 8:46 East Coast time. Wrong way. That was a test.
For who?
Which is everyone passed it. Which is 2:40 in the morning East Coast time. What fucking time was it? Stop. I need to stop figuring this out.
I'm starting to think it was later.
I'm starting to think it was real late. And I think Stanton was like 2 a.m. too.
Stanton was crazy late. That was like
Stanton was the next morning. Cole was that night.
Judge.
Should have gone to sleep. Judge was you should have gone to sleep. We did go to sleep.
I tweeted I was going to stay live until he went on, and then Beebs tells me everything we know is wrong. They have a chronic history of 2 a.m. East Coast time.
The chat's overwhelming on Cole was at 11:57 Eastern.
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 And
Which
it's
is
10:45 Eastern.
a little over an hour away.
Jake.
I think it's 1 hour.
You don't think it's 11 minutes anymore?
No.
So when I take a photo in
Right.
California, it's telling me what time I took this photo in whatever time zone I'm looking at my phone.
I think so.
Whatever time zone you're currently in, I believe is the time zone it will tell you.
Is there like metadata on this thing? I can adjust the date and time?
I did send our link to a special guest.
No. The defense is wrong. If I open it up, it says it was 11:51 p.m. Cupertino time zone.
Right. But didn't we record a whole talking Yanks and stuff? Like that's later in the night.
Yeah, I think we had to delete it because we were too drunk.
We have
no, we
special
had
guests in the waiting room here, that I'll admit.
All right. Is he a time zone expert?
Oh, not at all. Hosting expert.
Is he here?
I really wish he had better timing.
Hey, Dr. McFly.
Not a doctor.
What time did they sign Garrett Cole? East Coast time. You were on the East Coast.
Time?
Yes.
It was during winter meetings. It was at night.
What time of night?
I want to say like 11:50, 12 o'clock. It was late.
That goes to the hour off theory. Like that puts us right back at like I didn't know Nashville was Central time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, we've gotten dozens.
Where was he when he signed?
Dozen chats.
That's the only time that counts.
7 Eastern time.
Was
They
he
were
home?
in California.
Oh, so then I don't know. I'm not gonna do Eastern time for that then. Whatever the Western time is. Jake, are you laying down?
Joe's Yanks got Verdugo.
Yeah, just like everybody killed you for. That's a stupid trade, man. What you mean? The Yankees will never do that. You're an idiot, Jake. What do you mean?
Listen. The Los Angeles Angels bolster their bullpen by signing veteran reliever Luis Garcia.
Don't
Angels.
don't press the passing button for
Eat
that.
half of Trout's contract and let him go.
Word to the Yankees. They need to.
Joe's, you think Verdugo's staying, right? They're not going to flip him or anything.
This is such a Yankee move to say, hey, you know what? Judge got hurt last year. Let's play him at center because it makes sense. He's 31. All right. We need his bat in the lineup. So let's play him in the most taxing position in our outfield. He could do it.
Joe's,
Until
that was a negotiation tactic, Joe's.
Oh,
I'm bullish on the rumors. Okay.
well, IKF could play center.
He did. And he did. And he did.
Yes, he did.
How many times do you think IKF was the starting center fielder last year? That's nuts. That's nuts. We can't do that.
Oh, don't do that, please.
I can't stop my fingers. I can't stop my fingers.
Don't do
Things
it.
are going. There's nothing you can do about that.
I can't stop my fingers. How many times do you think he started in center field
15?
last year?
15?
15? Joe's, do you have a guess?
I want to say 20.
BBD,
25.
any guess?
2025.
25, Joe's, or 20? It's a big difference.
What are you guessing, Joe's?
BBD's going to snake whatever you don't say.
Yeah, BBD, what you gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
All right, 22.
25.
24. Fuck.
Okay.
Wrong way. 29. 29 starts in center field last year.
I won.
41 games he played center field.
He moved there late.
278 innings.
He was the defensive replacement.
It was his most played position by innings.
It beat left field.
Yes, by 30.1 innings.
Left field.
I don't.
And you're worried about Judge playing there? I could tell Judge to play center field and limp.
Oh, the passing tweet came at 11:57.
We don't know what time zone that was.
What do you mean? It doesn't matter. It changes it. What are you, Jim? What are you saying?
People aren't sure.
Wait, hold on. Is that the conversation? It doesn't. What do you mean? It doesn't matter what time zone that is. It's
people are not sure on the subject.
No, you're the only one not sure on it. This is 11:57, December 10th, 2019. This is Jeff Passan talking.
Yeah. Yep. But what time was it in California?
3 hours before 11:57. This is where I read it. I'm in the East Coast. Hold on, let me press
that would be 8:57.
Yeah. Well, is it 8:57?
Well, then we missed it.
Huh?
No, we messed it up again. No way.
I don't know what's going on.
Listen, it matters what time it is, where Cashman is.
What?
And he's an hour behind the East Coast now instead of 3 hours behind. So the 11:57 tweet in Central Time, that is 1:57. And he's in Central Time right now.
Okay, yeah.
It depends if he's adjusted or not. Like, when did he fly?
I'm not doing this. You're trying. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do the monkey wrench right now.
Hey, there's 5 minutes to the 10:57 countdown. Okay, and that's the first one.
That is the first. The next one would be 1 hour later.
And then it's fucked after that.
Yeah.
Are you trying to see if Soto happens at the same time?
We think there's a pattern. We think that Stanton, Cole, and Judge all happened at the same time.
When did Stanton happen?
Late. I think it was like 2 a.m. East Coast time.
It was late. I don't think it got completed. I think that the news broke. Like, the Yankees are like really getting.
I think Jake and I recorded.
Yeah.
Because I was West Coast time and it was only like 1 a.m. or 12 for me.
I don't think the time zone means anything. I don't know why that.
What are you talking about? If Cashman always makes his trades,
it's all the same thing.
At 10:57, that's different no matter where you live.
Andy Martino says the Yankees are comfortable with playing Judge a lot at center field. Of course. You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, man. Like, it's like we don't. I wish that audit actually happened, bro, because I feel like the audit team would be saying stuff like, why are you doing this?
Chad says, I don't understand why this is confusing Jimmy. LMAO.
Yeah, I don't know either.
They have an answer?
Guys, he's
this is the info I need. Where were winter meetings? I think it was actually the GM meetings in 2018.
GM meetings?
I think the Stanton trade happened at the GM meetings, not the winter meetings.
Oh, Stanton. I'm still doing Cole.
Stanton definitively happened in December. I suppose I don't know specifically if that was winter meeting.
Stanton's too late.
Yeah,
Stan's not in play. Cole's in play.
You can't put him.
Okay, so where winter meetings were in San Diego?
Yes.
And Judge was in San Diego as well. And then tell me what time that is East Coast.
I think.
But Jake, does that mean that you were like 2 bottles of wine deep at 7:00?
Dude, we weren't that drunk.
What does wine have to do with anything?
We recorded with Carabas in Dallas, and it was like a big thing for us. And we were like, you know what? Let's crack some bottles of vino. And we did like an 1.5 hour long pod with them. And it was at like 7:30 because we had kind of finished for the day, but we still wanted to hang out in the lobby at night.
We ran from the podcast table down to the lobby live on Periscope.
We started at the table because we
table.
Just finished recording.
Yeah, we said call the Yankees, call the Yankees, call the Yankees.
So that was like 7:30 or 8:30
You-
East Coast time.
One
or
of us spilled wine all over the
West
floor.
Coast. West Coast time.
I was there. And
You're our East Coast time source, but you're botching it.
I'm not. The time is the time. It's not.
Hey, I have a question for you, Joes.
Yes.
If they don't get Soto and then they pivot and sign Belly, are you happy with Verdugo and Belly as the two outfielders and Judge?
Well, Verdugo, I mean, Bellinger can play center field.
Yeah, and Judge. Yeah. So Verdugo, Belly, Judge in the outfield, and Yamamoto. Is that a successful offseason in your eyes?
I guess, but at this point, you've talked about Soto so much.
And Woo Suck Go.
You make it sound like it's like they make it sound like it's a predetermined already outcome. So if you don't get him, it's going to be a disappointment.
Yeah. There's a theory that they already got him. They're just waiting to the perfect time, which is 1 minute from now, to announce it.
Why would it be?
Or an
It's
hour.
11. It's 11:57, not 10.
This is the first checkpoint.
In 1 minute, we're gonna find out if it's gonna be in 1 hour.
3, 2, 1.
Doesn't even make sense. When did you guys?
Okay, hey, let's go to Twitter. It's 10:57. Okay.
Hey,
When
we're
I
in it.
said I was going to be live until the news dropped, this was the time I thought it was happening.
Eye of the storm right now. 1
Yeah.
minute.
We're in it.
This is everybody refresh for 1 minute.
Yep.
Maybe somebody break out Casey at the bat.
Luis Garcia.
Okay, I got Swifty references, hot stove.
Jolly Olive.
They're showing me shit from 7 hours ago because I'm refreshing too much.
I'm staying live till Soto is a Yankee, says John Boy. That's not true. That's not true. That's just not true.
What are you talking about? That's
You're
not true.
just-
That's what we're doing right now.
You're just staying live until your perceived time.
Are you interested in the
Yeah.
Yankees? Are you interested in the Yankees picking up Woo Suck Go? They just traded Dick Fitz to the Red Sox.
That would have been a great name. I think the Yankees did that because they didn't
He's
want
still alive.
saying that. Well, he is, but Dick Fitz.
Is good.
You were saying you were really worried about if Dick fits.
I think the Yankees straight up added him in the trade because they just didn't want the PR nightmare.
Are you friends with Verdugo, Joes?
You guys cross paths?
I met him, I think.
Oh man, don't tell him that.
no,
He
no.
remembers meeting you.
My
Who's
friend-
that Devers face guy?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a Verdugo relationship cool thing going on. But he's all right.
Okay.
Where would you bat Verdugo in the current Yankees lineup, Joes?
Toward the
Now we're
bottom.
doing radio. What?
You're putting him at the top. You're making him lead off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have Glaber higher than him.
You have a Glaber lead off?
Am I getting Soto or is this like a non-Soto having question? Because then I'm sad.
Verdugo let off
can't-
last year. He let off last year for the Sox. Did well.
Yeah, and where were the Red Sox were last place? So next,
Yeah, but he did
I'll
well.
move him. Yeah, but I don't know. Does he walk a lot?
Not last year. He's got,
See,
but but more than Glaber, I think, or maybe they're the same.
yeah.
In Verdugo's 2 good years, he walked. Did he get the 350 in that 1 year in 2021?
He's more of a hit guy, which is fine.
Him and Glaber are very similar, I believe.
Yeah.
Like last year, Glaber and Verdugo are similar, but from different sides of the plate. Well, but if you get who's your leadoff guy? It's Glaber. Maybe it's just Glaber, Verdugo, depending on the pitcher.
I calf. Yeah, I think it might be. Damn, I would really like somebody like. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the entire team, but so far with what we've got, if you want to like make, I don't know if you think the Yankees are going to have Soto where, second or third? I think that's what I'm trying to determine here. Because if he's batting second, then the Yankees are going to go righty up there. If he's batting third, then the Yankees are going to go lefty. And
So you think Juan Soto is going to be a Yankee?
I mean, listen, when Jack Curry speaks, I listen. And the man said, I think this deal gets done. And if it doesn't,
what's this burner people are retweeting right now? What's the story behind this?
Burner.
There is a burner people are retweeting. Yeah, I was also saying, Joe's, there might be a ghost back there.
Oh, that's Sophia.
Wait, Beebs, who do people think this burner is?
Jolly Olive might want to hop on that mic, and I will unmute him, and you can explain who that burner might be. The burner that said it's done. What are the Twitter theories on that?
Do you guys know what Judd is?
No, but that's the account.
Burner were in
That is
reference, right?
So people think it's one of two things. Jordan, I'll see you soon. I love
Hello,
you.
Jordan.
People think Judd is one of two people. They thought for a while that it was Chris Paddock, and then he got traded, and the account kept tweeting Padres related things. So now everyone thinks that it's AJ Preller. And he tweeted for the first time since August 1st, and he said it's done, and that's it. So
people think this is a Preller. Well, he's tweeting about Naylor. No one I'd rather have in the bump than Sheriff built for October. So yeah, it's all Padres shit.
He's always like at
tweets. I think it's like
Padres
less than 100 tweets, so it's like not very active. But yeah.
I'm just wondering if it is
Padres stuff.
Why would he do that? Does he feel like an inkling feeling like
I mean,
I just gotta get it out? Go ahead.
So somebody tweeted at Jack Curry, touch Michael K's right ear if the Soto trade is happening, and then as Yankees hot stove closed, Talking Yanks tweeted the video of him touching Michael K's right ear.
Is that real?
I'm looking at the video right now. I know we have talented video.
What's happening? That was AI.
It's rolling right now.
Come on, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. No way.
Look at what Talking Yanks just tweeted.
That's a really weird thing to do if it's not.
Never seen Jack Curry touch someone's ear before, okay?
I've never seen it. But
okay, listen, guys.
New ear gate.
What am I about to watch?
Where do I watch this ear thing?
Talking Yanks tweeted a video.
Talking Yanks.
That's the Twitter account for this show.
Talking Yanks. He tweeted his ear. He tweeted his ear.
Close.
So I don't know.
Nah, hold on, guys. Hold on.
Crazy. Why
Case your teed it up.
No, K teed it up. That changed everything.
I
If
didn't
Curry
like
fucking
football.
reached over and was like, Michael, I think you got something in your ear, and did it without it being like Case telling
Case
the audience, I would be fucking all in.
Maybe they both know.
Well, I mean, there's commercial breaks, whatever Curry knows, Michael knows. But Jake and I just got a little message saying, like, probably not tonight.
I mean, not tonight.
Got like 45 minutes or so to find out.
Yeah.
That is true. Joe's, do you have Jack Curry's book, 1998 Yankees? Because we could popcorn read it.
You've got that on hand.
I do.
All right.
I do.
That is badass. Jake, did you bring it on vacay with you?
No, he did not.
No. No, I didn't bring a book.
Find you and I the PDF.
Is that Judd account is real weird.
It is very weird.
It's the book. Oh.
No, wrong one. Totally different book.
Tell Sophia what's happening right now.
What's happening?
Well, just Sophia was bopping around the basement. Has Joe's passed the message along?
Kids
She
aren't
doesn't care.
Sophia doesn't care about Verdugo.
Okay. I'm just asking questions, man. We got
Joe,
We got 40. We got 52 minutes to kill.
The book is in my room. I'm not going all the way upstairs.
Been reading it.
Not going. The other book, Joe.
All right. We're wrapping it up. Just got two
So-
different
so your-
sources
your
from two
tweet-
different. Just got two different sources from two
Your
different
tweet
people
was a
that
lie.
said not tonight. So I'm not going live until Soto
Your tweet was a lie.
is a Yankee anymore. My tweet was a lie.
It was.
I
a
was
lie.
locked into 10:57.
Yeah, man.
What?
It's a tough tweet.
That's a tough tweet. That's.
Yeah, I think you do have to add a reply saying I accidentally lied.
What if I just edit it?
I think it's too late. You can't edit it
Yeah,
anymore.
that's happened like pretty quick.
No, I'm fucking gonna edit it right now. What are you guys? I'm not staying alive till Soto. I'm staying
Guys,
alive till
guys,
Soto is the Yankee.
Screenshot it. Screenshot it. Screenshot it quick.
Yeah, I'm screenshotting.
Maybe
Screenshot it. Everybody
no
screenshot.
promises.
No. Everybody screenshot.
Update.
Tag Jimmy.
That I'm staying live till Soto's a Yankee, comma maybe, comma no promises.
No. What the hell? That's a totally different tweet.
That's what I meant.
I
At
guess
the
you
time.
tweeted something else.
It's not real.
Yeah, Jake and I were told go to sleep.
Mm.
That the same guy told us to go to
Nice.
sleep.
Thank you,
No,
Jack.
no. But two different people did though.
Thank you, Jolly.
I
Appreciate
bel
it.
no, I'm on board. I'm on board. We can go to sleep.
This is fine. What if they just say psych?
Oh, as a goof.
Later.
I mean, they could have just traded for their left fielder.
Jake,
Big stop.
you're on your
Oh,
honeymoon.
It's like not the right energy right now. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Ooh.
I hope you wake up looking old.
That's crazy. Wallace Shawn them right now.
Okay. Well, till next time when we stay live until Soto's a Yankee. Thanks for tuning in. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Oh, Yankees.
Sam said we spent 25 minutes figuring out 5 + 7.
It's efficiency, baby. Let's go.